Mia Ramirez had always been captivated by the stars. From her small town's modest observatory, where her father worked as a custodian, she had spent countless nights peering into the cosmos, her eyes wide with wonder. At just 14, Mia had transformed her bedroom into a makeshift lab, cluttered with books on astrophysics, star charts, and a home-built radio telescope pieced together from old computer parts and a discarded satellite dish. One crisp autumn evening, as amber leaves danced whimsically to the ground, Mia noticed an anomaly on her homemade equipment, a patterned series of beeps that didn't match any known satellite or space debris. Her heart raced as she fine-tuned the dials, enhancing the signal. The sequence was structured, deliberate, and unlike anything natural. It had to be artificial. With her pulse quickening, Mia jotted down every detail. The signal repeated every 16 minutes, each series lasting just under 2 minutes. It was a mathematical marvel, a coded message hidden within the static of the universe. She spent the next several days trying to decipher the pattern, but it was beyond her ability to decode. Mia knew she needed help. Reluctant to approach her overworked single father and not wanting to expose her secret project, Mia turned to the one place where she knew she could find like-minded enthusiasts, the internet. She uploaded the details of her discovery to an amateur astronomy forum, her fingers trembling as she typed. Within hours, her post was inundated with responses. Most were from hobbyists like her, offering congratulations or wild speculations. But one reply stood out. Dr. Lena Sato, a professor of astrophysics at a nearby university, expressed both interest and skepticism in her findings. Dr. Sato invited Mia to bring her data to the university for a proper analysis. 2 days later, Mia found herself in Dr. Sato's cluttered office, surrounded by stacks of books and papers. Dr. Sato was a brisk, no-nonsense woman with sharp eyes and a quicker mind. She listened intently as Mia explained her setup and the signal she had captured. "Let's take a look then," Dr. Sato said, her tone mixing skepticism with a trace of excitement. They spent the next several hours poring over Mia's data. As the patterns were displayed across Dr. Sato's advanced equipment, her initial skepticism faded, replaced by a dawning realization of the significance of Mia's discovery. "This is structured, repeated too many times to be coincidental," Dr. Sato murmured, more to herself than to Mia. "We need to get a team on this, run it through some serious decryption." Mia watched, wide-eyed, as Dr. Sato made calls, her voice a mix of urgency and caution. Before Mia fully realized what was happening, she had been thrust into the middle of what would become the greatest adventure of her life. Dr. Sato had organized a team of linguists, cryptographers, and fellow astrophysicists, all eager to crack the code of what might be the first verified alien communication. The news spread quickly within academic circles, turning Mia into something of an overnight celebrity in the astronomy community. However, with recognition came scrutiny. The weeks that followed were a blur of interviews, meetings, and sessions with the team as they attempted to decode the mysterious signal. Mia, however, remained focused on the task at hand. She knew her life had changed the moment she picked up that signal. Now, she was part of something bigger than herself, something that might just redefine humanity's place in the cosmos. As Mia sat in the crowded meeting room filled with some of the brightest minds in astrophysics, she couldn't help but feel a mix of excitement and nervousness. The walls were lined with large screens displaying the mysterious signal patterns she had discovered. The room buzzed with theories and speculation, but so far, no one had been able to crack the code. Dr. Sato, who had taken a special interest in Mia and her discovery, led the team with a calm but assertive presence. "We need to consider all possibilities, linguistic patterns, mathematical sequences, anything that could give us a clue," she instructed, pointing to the fluctuating waveforms on the screen. The team decided to approach the signal from multiple angles. Linguists attempted to match the patterns to phonetic structures of known languages, both human and theoretical alien constructs based on human linguistics. Cryptographers applied various algorithms, trying to unearth any hidden messages or patterns. Meanwhile, Mia worked closely with a small subgroup focused on the mathematical properties of the signal. Weeks passed, with the team working late into the night, fueled by endless cups of coffee and a growing sense of camaraderie. Mia, who was initially overwhelmed by the expertise around her, began to find her footing. She proposed a new approach to analyzing the signal's intervals, suggesting they might represent a form of binary-coded message, which opened up a new avenue of exploration. Finally, a breakthrough came. The team, using Mia's suggestion, applied a complex algorithm that treated the signal's intervals as binary data. The screens in the lab flickered as the data was processed, and slowly, a set of coordinates began to form. "The signal, it's pointing to something," one of the cryptographers exclaimed. Everyone in the room rushed to the screens, watching as the coordinates pinpointed a location in space just beyond the moon's orbit. It was precise, clearly indicating a specific location rather than a random scattering of data. Dr. Sato, usually composed, allowed a smile to spread across her face. "We're not just looking at a message, we're being directed somewhere," she said, turning to the team. "This could be an invitation or a map. Either way, we need to investigate further." The implications of their discovery were profound. It wasn't just about the possibility of contacting alien life, it was also about venturing physically to a location identified by an extraterrestrial source. The team prepared a detailed proposal for the use of a satellite to investigate the coordinates, which was quickly approved given the potential significance of the discovery. As preparations for the satellite launch commenced, Mia was invited to participate in press conferences and interviews, where her story captivated the public's imagination. She spoke of the nights spent staring at the stars, her makeshift observatory, and the serendipitous discovery of the signal. Her tale resonated with many, reminding them of the vast mysteries waiting to be discovered in the universe. Behind the scenes, Mia and the team worked with a private space exploration company to modify one of their reconnaissance satellites to explore the signal's coordinates. The modifications included advanced imaging technology and an experimental communication array to attempt contact if the opportunity arose. The launch was a televised event, watched by millions around the world. Mia, standing beside Dr. Sato and the rest of the team, felt a surge of pride and anticipation as the rocket soared into the sky, carrying with it humanity's hopes of making first contact. As the satellite journeyed to its destination, the team monitored its progress closely. Mia, despite her newfound fame, stayed grounded and focused, spending her days at the lab analyzing secondary data from the signal and preparing for whatever they might find at the coordinates. The day the satellite reached its target, the lab was silent in anticipation. The screen showed the first images slowly coming into focus, a massive, ancient starship, adrift in space. It was unlike anything humanity had ever seen, with intricate designs that glowed faintly against the backdrop of space. Mia's discovery had led them to an undeniable proof of alien technology. As the realization set in, Mia looked around at the team, their faces a mix of awe and disbelief. They had found the lost starship, and now, a new chapter in human history was about to begin. The discovery of the ancient starship, hovering silently in the void just beyond the moon's orbit, sent shockwaves through the scientific community and the world at large. The spacecraft, clearly alien in origin, was massive, its hull marked with symbols and structures unlike anything produced by human hands. The world's gaze turned skyward, all eyes fixed on the screens broadcasting images of the spectral giant adrift in the cosmos. In the following days, Mia and Dr. Sato's team, now at the heart of an unprecedented scientific endeavor, coordinated with international space agencies to plan a manned mission to the Starship. The urgency of the mission escalated as researchers theorized about the ship's origins and purpose, speculating it could be anything from a derelict colony vessel to an automated scout ship from a distant civilization. As plans for the mission crystallized, Mia found herself increasingly involved, not just as the discoverer of the signal but as a symbol of youthful ingenuity and hope. She attended training sessions with astronauts, learning about the equipment they would use and the protocols for safe exploration of an alien environment. The mission, named Stellar Victory in honor of the collective triumph over the unknown, was set to launch within weeks. The chosen crew included two of NASA's finest astronauts, a European Space Agency engineer, and, remarkably, Mia herself, selected for her unique connection to the Starship's discovery and her rapidly burgeoning expertise in alien communication. The day of the launch arrived with a palpable tension hanging over the Space Center. Families of the astronauts, international dignitaries, and a horde of media personnel gathered to witness the historic event. Mia, dressed in her newly fitted astronaut suit, felt a mix of nervous excitement as she waved to the cheering crowd. The rocket stood majestic on the launch pad, steam hissing from its engines, a towering monument to human ambition. As the countdown echoed through the command center, Mia's thoughts turned to the countless nights she spent gazing at the stars, never imagining she would be among them. The final countdown snapped her back to reality, and as the engines ignited, the ground shook with the power of human ingenuity propelling them into the unknown. The journey to the Starship was brief, the distance trivial by cosmic standards but monumental in its implications. As they approached the alien vessel, its size became daunting, a colossus among the stars. The exterior was pitted and scarred from millennia drifting through space, its surface a tapestry of alien artistry and engineering. The crew docked with the Starship at an airlock they had identified as a potential entry point from the satellite images. The hatch opened with a hiss, revealing the dark, airless interior of the ship. Mia and the crew entered cautiously, their lights piercing the shadows that had filled the corridors for untold ages. Inside, the ship was a labyrinth of corridors and chambers, each turn and doorway leading to new mysteries. The walls were lined with intricate panels of unknown materials and strange, luminescent symbols that seemed to shift under their lights. Mia, equipped with a portable translator device developed from the decoded signal, worked to interpret the symbols. In a central chamber, they found the heart of the ship, a vast control room with a dormant console at its center. Mia approached the console hesitantly, her device beginning to emit a series of soft chimes as it interacted with the ship's systems. With a tentative touch, she activated the console, and the room hummed to life, illuminated by a holographic display that projected a star map of uncharted space. The map was a revelation, showing routes that stretched across the galaxy, dotted with markers that might represent other ships or outposts of the alien civilization. Mia realized they had discovered not just a ship but a network, or roadmap to the stars laid by explorers from another world. As the crew explored further, they uncovered more about the ship's mission and the beings who built it. Recordings stored in the ship's database depicted scenes of life from a world unlike Earth, hinting at the culture and daily existence of its creators. It became clear that the ship was an ark, meant to preserve the knowledge and heritage of a civilization facing extinction. Back on Earth, the findings from the ship sparked a new era of technological and philosophical exploration. Mia, once a solitary stargazer, now stood at the forefront of a new chapter in human history, as humanity prepared to follow the paths laid by an ancient, starfaring race. The forgotten Starship, lost for millennia, had found its new crew, ready to carry on its legacy among the stars. The ancient alien Starship, now awakened by human hands, thrummed with energy, its corridors echoing with the soft hum of reactivated systems. Mia and the crew moved cautiously through its vast network, each step taking them deeper into the heart of a civilization that had vanished long before humans had learned to chart the stars. The interior of the ship was a marvel of engineering and artistry, seamlessly blending technology with design. Surfaces that seemed metallic at first glance were actually composed of unknown composites, light yet incredibly strong. The crew discovered rooms filled with artifacts, tools, clothing, even remnants of organic material preserved over millennia, offering a poignant glimpse into the daily lives of the ship's original inhabitants. As they explored, Mia's translator device continued to reveal the ship's secrets. It deciphered text and images that chronicled the civilization's history, their scientific achievements, and the somber tale of their decline. The crew learned that the civilization had faced a cataclysmic event, one that had pushed them to launch arcs into the cosmos, hoping to preserve their culture and perhaps warn others of similar fates. In what appeared to be a research lab, the team found advanced scientific equipment, much of it still operational. This included a device that, once powered up, displayed holographic data about the star systems the Ark had visited or passed through. It became clear that this ship was part of a fleet, sent out as both explorers and sentinels, gathering data across galaxies. The deeper they ventured, the more the ship seemed to respond to their presence. Lights would activate as they approached, and doors opened seemingly in anticipation of their movements. It was as if the ship recognized them as its new crew, or perhaps it was merely following old protocols designed for any occupants after long periods of inactivity. In a massive chamber at the core of the ship, the team encountered the most extraordinary technology yet, a gravitational manipulation device. The device, when activated by Dr. Sato, demonstrated the ability to increase or decrease gravity within a controlled environment. This technology alone, if it could be understood and replicated, had the potential to revolutionize space travel and construction on Earth. Another remarkable discovery was the energy source powering the ship. Hidden beneath the central chamber, accessed by a narrow passage that only Mia was small enough to enter, was a reactor emitting a low, pulsing light. It was powered by a previously unknown form of stable, high-density energy. The implications were staggering. This was a clean, nearly infinite source of power, far surpassing anything humans had developed. Throughout their exploration, the astronauts maintained a continuous stream of data back to Earth, where scientists and engineers eagerly analyzed and replicated experiments based on the incoming information. The world watched in wonder and anticipation as each broadcast revealed more about the advanced alien technology and the possibilities it opened. However, not all was scientific wonder aboard the ship. In a secluded compartment, Mia stumbled upon what appeared to be a personal log device, similar to a diary. Activating it, she was greeted by the holographic projection of an alien figure who recounted personal memories of the ship's last days before evacuation. This intimate glimpse into the life of someone who had lived and worked on the ship brought home the reality of the vanished civilization in a way that scientific discoveries could not. The figure spoke of looking up at the stars, wondering if their people would survive or if their legacy would float endlessly through space, forgotten. The emotional weight of the recording left Mia and the crew somber, reflecting on the responsibility they now carried, to honor these memories and learn from the civilization's fate. As their mission continued, the astronauts prepared to take what they had learned back to Earth. They were no longer merely explorers but also custodians of a legacy spanning galaxies. The return journey to Earth was filled with a mix of triumph and contemplation. They had gone seeking knowledge, but they returned with a newfound wisdom about the fragility of civilizations and the indomitable will to survive and leave a mark on the cosmos. As the crew of the Stellar Victory prepared for their return to Earth, they spent their final hours aboard the alien Starship securing samples, technologies, and data that could transform human understanding of the universe. Mia, who had grown from a curious teenager into a seasoned explorer under the stars, felt a profound connection to the mission and its historical significance. Back on Earth, anticipation had reached a fever pitch. News of the discoveries had sparked a global renaissance in science and philosophy, with people from all walks of life contemplating the implications of contact with a long-lost alien civilization. Universities and research institutions were abuzz with theories about the alien technology and the societal impact of such advanced knowledge. Upon the crew's return, they were greeted as heroes. A grand ceremony was held, where world leaders and representatives of international space agencies celebrated the successful mission and the promising future it heralded. Mia, standing at the podium, shared the profound lessons they had learned from the ancient civilization. Her speech, broadcast worldwide, inspired a new generation to look to the stars not just with curiosity, but with an awareness of the broader cosmos community. The core of Mia's message was the holographic library they had uncovered in the ship's central chamber, a vast archive of knowledge about the alien species' history, technology, and philosophy. This library was not just a collection of data but a message in itself, intended by the ancients to be found and utilized by whoever next came into possession of the ship. In the weeks that followed, an international coalition was formed to study the library's contents. Top linguists and xenologists worked alongside historians and philosophers to translate and contextualize the wealth of information. The library revealed not only the scientific advancements of the alien race but also their cultural achievements, art, music, literature, and a deep philosophical understanding of their place in the universe. One of the most groundbreaking discoveries was the aliens' approach to energy and sustainability. The reactor Mia had found was a marvel of engineering, utilizing a form of cold fusion that had remained theoretical on Earth until then. Engineers and physicists collaborated to create prototypes based on the alien designs, aiming to revolutionize Earth's energy systems. Moreover, the gravitational manipulation technology opened new avenues for space travel and habitation. Proposals for new space stations and exploration vehicles that used artificial gravity were drafted, and within a few years, test missions employing these technologies were planned. Mia was appointed to a new advisory panel, the Interstellar Heritage Foundation, tasked with ensuring the responsible use of alien technologies. She traveled around the world, speaking about the ethical implications of using and adapting the technologies and philosophies discovered on the alien ship. Her talks emphasized the need for humanity to learn from the alien civilization's downfall, to manage their resources better, and to avoid the pitfalls that led to their extinction. The alien civilization had also mastered the art of genetic engineering, which they used to adapt to various planetary environments. This knowledge posed a significant ethical debate on Earth. The Foundation set strict guidelines for the use of genetic technologies, balancing innovation with caution to prevent misuse. Throughout this period of intense scientific activity and philosophical debate, Mia remained a central figure. She wrote several books detailing the mission, the discoveries, and her personal reflections on the journey. Her works became bestsellers, igniting the imaginations of people young and old with tales of distant worlds and the common threads that link all sentient beings. The legacy of the ancient aliens, thus, lived on not only in the technologies they left behind but in the unity and forward-thinking they inspired among Earth's nations. Humanity was now not just looking inward but outward, preparing to take its place in a community of galactic civilizations. The lost Starship, once a beacon of hope for its original builders, had found a new purpose as the catalyst for Earth's leap into the next era of its history. The return to Earth marked a new beginning for humanity. The discoveries made aboard the ancient alien Starship had not only expanded the scientific horizon but had also united the world under a shared sense of wonder and possibility. Mia Ramirez, once a solitary teenage stargazer, now stood at the forefront of this new era, embodying the bridge between the distant past and a hopeful future. In the months following the mission, the Interstellar Heritage Foundation, with Mia as one of its leading voices, spearheaded the integration of alien technologies into human society. The Foundation worked tirelessly to ensure that these technologies were shared globally, transcending political and economic barriers that typically hindered such advancements. The most significant transformation came from the alien energy technology. Within a year, prototypes of the fusion reactors were operational on Earth, offering a clean, inexhaustible source of energy. This shift had a ripple effect across global economies, diminishing the reliance on fossil fuels and reducing the planet's carbon footprint dramatically. For her part in these developments, Mia received numerous awards, including the Nobel Peace Prize, for her role in promoting global cooperation and sustainability. Furthermore, the gravitational manipulation technology revolutionized space travel. The establishment of the first gravity-controlled space station, named Ether, marked a leap forward in human space habitation. Ether became a hub for further space exploration missions, including manned flights to Mars and beyond, utilizing pathways suggested by the alien star maps. As Mia continued her work with the Foundation, she also became involved in educational initiatives. She helped establish a global network of learning centers that focused on space sciences and environmental sustainability. These centers, known as Mia Ramirez Stellar Academies, offered free education to young people from all backgrounds, inspiring the next generation of scientists, engineers, and peacemakers. The cultural impact of the alien discoveries was profound. Art, music, and literature flourished, with artists drawing inspiration from the stories and philosophies found in the alien archives. A new genre of music, incorporating sounds derived from the alien instruments discovered on the ship, became wildly popular, symbolizing the blending of two vastly different cultures. Philosophically, the knowledge gained from the alien civilization prompted a shift in how humans viewed their place in the universe. The realization that they were not alone shifted global perspectives on life, ethics, and spirituality. Theologians and philosophers engaged in dialogues with scientists to explore the broader existential implications of the discoveries. On the 5th anniversary of the mission, a global event was held to celebrate humanity's achievements and reflect on the future. Mia, the guest of honor, delivered a speech that was broadcast worldwide. She spoke of the unity and resilience of human beings, the importance of stewardship of the planet, and the boundless possibilities of the cosmos. "We stand at the threshold of a new frontier," Mia declared, "not just out there among the stars, but within ourselves." The legacy of the ancients, whose technology we have inherited, reminds us of the fragility of existence and the endurance of hope. It is our duty to carry forward not just their knowledge, but their spirit of exploration and cooperation. As the celebration concluded, a surprise announcement was made. A new mission, called Project Odyssey, was unveiled, aiming to send human explorers beyond the solar system, using the Starship routes mapped by the ancient civilization. Mia was named the mission's honorary commander, a symbolic role that celebrated her journey from a curious child to a leader of humanity's galactic aspirations. As the crowd cheered, the night sky above was alight with a spectacular display of comets, artificially created as part of the celebration but no less magical. People around the world looked up in wonder, their eyes filled with dreams of distant worlds, united in their humanity and lifted by the legacy of a civilization long gone but never forgotten. Thus, the Starship's discovery became not just a moment of triumph but a beacon for the future, guiding humanity as they stepped boldly into the galaxy, driven by curiosity, led by wisdom, and bound by a shared destiny. This was Mia's legacy, a stellar victory that transcended time and space, a testament to the enduring human spirit.